Hello, fellow YouTubers. This is the Imaginator. Welcome to my review of One Piece Manga Chapter 1021. The title of this One Piece Manga chapter is called Demino. The first panel I come across in this chapter is Senior Pink Frankie and this anthropomorphic leopard bartender laughing, and they're all having a good time, which was pretty cool and fascinating and hilarious to see. So the chapter commences with the resumption battle of Robin and Black Maria, and we see Robin doing a technique called Sea Serpent Snapdragon, where her flower duplicate giant body extends extends her arms and to grab on hold into Black Maria. Black Maria uses her weapon to actually successfully cut one of her giant body's arm, well, portion of her arm, and obviously, due to that, whatever happens to the flower duplicate body happens to actually Robin's authentic body, as many of us One Piece fans know about Robin's ability and weakness of her said Elfu ability. And Black Maria does a lot of thread techniques. One of them being the Mara Apprehend, and then she uses another one that actually tightens up the threads. And she uses an ability called while she's doing this, she also gets her well-known brass knucks, which she calls Red Knuckles, and she's obviously using this a lot in battle to just brutally beat Robin like she did with Sanji. And of course, she continues to belittle and insult not just Robin but Sanji as well, kind of like the same thing she did a few chapters ago, and when she fought Sanji. Robin then she uses a technique called Maria Cascade. Yeah, that was the other one that tightened up. That pretty much shows like thread barriers. And we have one called Marison, which is when she uses her one of her body parts that is flammable, and this actually engulfs the portion of the Onigashima floor on fire, and Robin gets some flashbacks as she's being brutally beaten by Black Maria of Sabo and Koala and Hack. I believe that's his name, the Fishman. That's what Sabo and Koala. And it was kind of funny. They talk about how they're going to train Robin, and Koala's like saying, well, you need to learn how to punch once in a while, or there's going to come a situation where you're going to need to use your fists. And Hack is just like, well, Robin's starting to take care of herself, which is true, but it's not wrong to the extended variety, what you already have. I think that was kind of the point that Koala was alluding to. And Robin, obviously a very pleasant and calm smile, just says, hey, teach me this fish palm technique of yours. And then once Robin successfully at some point in the flashback successfully learns this palm technique, Koala then tells her that she's going to teach her the Fishman karate technique. And Sabo's like, oh, let me teach you a technique too. But I feel like it was more mainly focused to Koala, obviously. And then we get to present, where Robin actually kind of remembers of the teachings that proved to be beneficial ever since she rejoined the Straw Hats and post time skip. Back when they were like in the deep water going to Fishman Island, when she uses those giant arms technique, that push the Thousand Sunny back to course. And Robin basically uses a Fishman cry technique called Gigantum, if I pronounce accurately, which was so powerful that it literally eradicated the structure within the ceiling of the area where they were fighting. Where they were fighting. And Black Maria was kind of confused, but she realized why Robin did the technique, attacked the ceiling, and the rubble came coming down to her. After Black Maria uses her another fire technique called Mirror Mason, I believe that's the actual name of the technique. And then finally, Robin pulls out her trump card, which is Demino or Demonic Fury, which is basically she's now like a demonic being, and it's safe to assume that her Delph and her crutch abilities have amplified immensely. She uses this to defeat Black Maria, and Brooke obviously defeated Black Maria's subordinates. Why they just so happen to be all lined up together, and Brooke uses ice sword technique to finish them off. And Brooke goes to check to see if Robin is okay. Then we get to the end portion of the chapter where we had Tokage, uh, pretty much an island below Onigashima in the middle of the sea. Luffy is eating and stuffing his face as typical Luffy fashion. It reveals that Karibu stored up all this food while using his swamp ability. And basically, Momonosuke and Shinobu have a talk, and Shinobu is against the idea of having him go back to Onigashima due to the danger and enemies that are there. But Momo's like, no, I want to fly up there, because Luffy told me, he want from the last chapter, I want to go there, and please use your right fruit to turn me into an adult. And that was the end of the chapter. So overall, I thought this chapter was great. I love the action between the Black Maria and Robin fight. I think this is the most intense women fight in One Piece thus far, from my knowledge. And well, as of what I've read thus far. Again, the techniques back and forth, I love it. Always love that. There's always a plus for me in showing manga like this. The way Robin defeated Black Maria and getting us some dialogue of her using a technique, a new technique, was phenomenal. And like Broke defeating, this other snake ladies that were affiliated with Black Maria was great. And then this whole dialogue of Momonosuke and Momonosuke becoming an adult is very intriguing indeed. So with that all being said, that's my review of One Piece Manga Chapter 1021. Please like the video, comment your thoughts down below, and subscribe to my channel, The Imaginer, for more manga chapter reviews, anime discussions, and many more. With all that being said, fellow YouTubers, you all have a wonderful day.